What's happening? I'm N64 Josh, and this is going to be part 2 in our intro into competitive Pokemon. I've got Carpet with me once again. Tell us,
guys.
Tell us once again where they can find you.
Twitch.tv/carp, KARP_ET, carpet.
And now for the second video, we're going to watch you play competitive Pokemon, right?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit just so you have some sound. It's not just devoid. But so contrary to how you normally get into a battle through the YCOM with a friend, what you can do is you actually go to this versus to get into the competitive battles, and you go to Battle Stadium, and so you might want to pick casual battles at first, but casual battles are willy-nilly, and there's no rules to like ban Pokemon or anything, so you always want to go for ranked. And this will make sure that you're playing with the current series. So right now we're in Series 7, and what that means is they've included all of the Pokemon in the Crown Tundra, excluding Mythicals and some of the Legendaries. And this means everything that you can access, but except for like the Calyrex is not allowed, but the horses are like unbound from Calyrex, since the horses count as Calyrex when they're attached. Or there's a few others, mostly box legends, like the legendaries on the box art for the game. So you can't bring your Zacian or your Zamazenta, unfortunately. But that's not what we're going for. And although my team looks like it's lacking legendaries, hopefully we can pull something off here.
And so it looks like you have a number of teams created, right? And you're kind of just going through and okay, I got you.
And so now I look at the opponent's team. They have Regieleki on it. They have Regidraco. They have a Gyarados. So Gyarados, in this case, it's most likely going to be running an electric type move for coverage since it's flying water. And my Lapras I've set up to take a whole Thunderbolt from Gyarados and not die. So we're definitely thinking about including Lapras here. Aegislash is an issue against our Gothitelle because it destroys our whole Perish Trap idea here. But Arcanine's their only fire type, and I'm not very scared. So I'm not very scared for Ferrothorn. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with what this team's first choice is, which is to run Sandaconda and Gothitelle in the front, and then Lapras and Ferrothorn in the back. And we have no fairy types, so that's kind of an issue if they bring Regidraco, but we don't have anything that's going to be too scared of Regidraco here anyways.
This is all very, very intriguing to me, honestly. Like I have never ever seen this like at all. So this is my first time experiencing this whatsoever.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I like it a lot because whenever you beat someone, you really feel like you bested them. It seems like they haven't picked yet, which the timer's counting down. If that's the case, they're going to end up sending out their first 4 Pokemon. They picked right before. But this is perfect. This works out in our favor. Their team just has a lot of weaknesses to our Sandaconda. And there's two types of people when it comes to Dynamaxing or Gigantamaxing. There's people who do it at the very beginning of the battle, and there's people who do it later. They led Venusaur Arcanine. So this is a little scary because their Venusaur can deal some real damage to our Sandaconda. But their Arcanine, we can just get out of here immediately with Sandaconda, and that'll be perfect. So our Gothitelle has a move that we use on turn 1, and you can only use on turn 1 here. But before we get to that, what I'm doing here is I'm selecting Dynamax because our Gmax Sandblast, like I explained, opponents are trapped in a Raging Sandstorm for 4 to 5 turns. Oh. And with our Binding Band that he's holding, it's going to deal a lot of damage. And then we have this Fake Out. Fake Out, if you use it on turn 1, you deal not a lot of damage, but you make your opponent flinch, which means they can't attack that turn. Arcanine's normally a support mon, so I think they're going to Dynamax their Venusaur here, and they're just going to use their Arcanine to support. In that case, you can't flinch a Dynamax Pokemon, so we're going to go for the Fake Out on the Arcanine. And just pray that their Venusaur doesn't deal a lot of damage here. this should work out pretty well with the fake out and the Gmax Sandblast. The beauty of Gmax Sandblast is even if I just hit Arcanine with it, Venusaur gets trapped in a Sand Tomb as well. And if their Venusaur hits our Sandaconda, we'll also set up Sandstorm. So we got the flinch. He goes for Giga Drain. That's going to deal like half damage. But keep in mind, however many Pokemon you have left at the end of the timer, you win based off that. So if I have like 2 Pokemon left and he has 1 Pokemon left, I'll still win that match. And you'll see, like I said last time, we dealt enough damage to make it look like he's about to die, but he didn't. And then the Sandstorm and the Sand Tomb come into effect. And that's going to faint him, make him so that he's done for, and the opponent has to send out another Pokemon.
This is like a serious chess match. I'm really, really, really enjoying this.
Yeah, it's when I first started playing this, because I played Smash competitively for a while, and I didn't ever do very well, but I enjoyed it. When I first started playing this, I was like, wow, this feels like I'm playing Smash, but I have all the tech skill I needed. Because my hands don't move like that, but my brain can. So,
gotcha.
Here in this situation, Regidrago, his signature move deals damage based off of how much health he has. And that's usually what people do. They run him with choice specs, so he's only going to be able to use one move anyways. What the specs do is they make it so that you only get one attack, but I think choice specs does your accuracy increased. So we're going to go for just dealing damage to him. And it seems like he'll have Regieleki in the back. We're going to Trick Room here, because if we get Trick Room off, we'll start going first, and we won't be too scared. Okay, so he's running Dragon Claw. That's a little interesting. And the Giga Drain left at 6 HP. That's perfect, because next turn we can just protect and pray. There's a lot of praying. I'm not trying to be very religious, but
protect and pray. Is that a move from one of these two?
Yeah. So protect, what it does is it's very big in VGC because it lets you stall out a turn. And perfect. The sand seems like it should be not working in my favor as well because it hits my own Pokemon, but it just increased his HP enough to gain health, which is perfect because she's holding on to a berry. Now, the only concern here is the Venusaur slower than my Sandaconda? And unfortunately, I don't remember who was going first. But right here, we can... I know Gothitelle was slower. So right here, we can just apply pressure with one Gmax Sandblast. Yeah, if he Giga Drains, he won't get a lot of health because I don't have a lot of health to give him. We could hit him with one Gmax Sandblast. And I guess we'll foul play because that's Gothitelle's only move that deals damage besides Fake Out, and we can't Fake Out. We don't want to Trick Room again. We can protect here. Yeah, we're gonna foul play on the Regidrago. Hopefully that worked. Just to deal that extra damage to Regidrago.
Got it.
Because since we're thinking about, we have Sand Tomb, we have Sandstorm, whatever damage we can deal is perfect because we can always let the rest of it handle itself. Oh, it used Fake Out. That's unfortunate. I ran out of time. That's okay, though. Mistakes were made. That's okay. Something is going to end up fainting here, just because Regidrago is going to deal damage regardless. It's just a matter of what. Okay.
It's really interesting watching the, like, she's got just a sliver, huh?
Yeah, just 1 HP right now. And she's gaining health from the grassy terrain that Venusaur set. So Venusaur's Gmax, or not Venusaur's Gmax move, I don't think this is Gmax Venusaur, but the Dynamaxed grass move, it sets grassy terrain, which makes it so that everything on the board gains HP here. So Lapras is really good to have out because we can deal some damage to that Venusaur, but I don't want to put her out until he's done being Dynamaxed, so we got like 3 turns. What we can do is we can throw out Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn's a big stall here. His defenses are really good, and I don't think they have any fire-type moves. I think Regidraco learns mostly just dragon-type moves, and Venusaur... I don't think Venusaur learns fire-type moves. At least I hope not. But we can... It doesn't run Sap Sipper, I don't think. We can just apply extra pressure to the Regidraco here and protect. And this should save us.
Oh, I'm like nervous right now. I'm nervous.
Right. Even though it's not like a lot of movement, it's not a lot of movement on screen like Smash. It has you on your edge of your seat, kinda.
It really does.
And as you see, the Ferrothorn, like, I don't know my opponent, so that's the only concerning part. I don't know how much they know about Pokemon, but I'm assuming they did that because they assume the super effective will help. Oh, Fire Fang. See, this is why you need to know everything. I assumed that Regidraco wouldn't have a fire-type move, and I was very mistaken.
Got it.
But that's it for Regidraco, and that's perfect. And our Ferrothorn is holding Leftovers. What Leftovers does is it lets it heal some health every single turn.
Okay.
So with the grassy terrain, the Leftovers, and that Leech Seed unfortunately didn't matter, but if it was still up, that Leech Seed, we would be in a very good situation right now. Now, since we have to make a choice in between sending out... We have to take one of these guys back right here. What I'm thinking is we can protect on the Ferrothorn, and that'll give us some leeway room to gain back some health. And then we can switch out our Gothitelle into Lapras. It's very scary to put out Lapras here because we have both the Electric type and the Grass type that we're going up against. But if we can get out Lapras and avoid taking too much damage, we can Perish Song here, and then it's a matter of just stalling the rest of the game out for 3 turns. That's good. Extreme Speed. That's perfect, because they thought since Gothitelle was there, they could deal buku damage. And they must have gone for the Ferrothorn here. With the Protect, Dynamax moves do still deal damage, but they just don't deal as much damage.
I understand. Okay. So now you feel like you're kind of in the lead at this point? I mean, I understand where you still have 3 Pokemon, they only have 2, so...
Yeah, so we are in the lead, but we're not in the lead by much. So we gotta hope that our Lapras can survive a hit from the Regieleki, because again, like I said, I haven't been in Series 7 meta for too long. I know he can survive a Thunderbolt or a Thunder from a Gyarados, but the Regieleki, I'm not too sure. Okay. If you see how it says info on the right, we could press Y here and check. We still have one last turn of Trick Room, which is perfect because Pokemon faint to Perish Song in order of speed, so it'll reverse their speed here. We're going to... So normally, Protect there's a very slim chance it'll work a second turn in a row. But that's how I've gotten a lot of my wins, and sometimes you just look at this team and you're saying, well, the best I can do here is Protect and hope that it goes off. And it didn't go off, but that's fine. Because since Trick Room's still up. We're still going first. We get our Perish Song off, and we just hope that Lapras survives and Ferrothorn survives. Ferrothorn's good. If they didn't double up on Ferrothorn, we're good right here. They didn't. That's fine. That's fine.
No.
Unfortunate, but that is okay. So now Trick Room's going to reset. We're going to go back to normal. They're going to keep applying pressure to the Ferrothorn here, but it's going to be okay, and here's why. When we send out Gothitelle, remember how I said Fake Out only works on the first turn Gothitelle's out? Well, it's going to be the first turn Gothitelle's out. So what we do here is we protect our Ferrothorn, and they keep hitting Ferrothorn with Venusaur. You know, we've seen that happen multiple times. We know that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's going to happen, and it's not Dynamaxed, we have Protect. It's not going to deal damage to Ferrothorn, but Gothitelle right here to prevent Regieleki from dealing damage and to prevent from using our Protect this turn so we could use it next turn. We can Fake Out, and Protect are moves that have priority, so they go before attacking type moves. And you see we got our Protect off Ferrothorn, and we'll get our Fake Out, and Regieleki can't attack this turn. And Venusaur uses Earth Power, so this was a perfect read. I read the opponent. The opponent didn't get to deal any damage to me this turn. And another turn of Perish Song has happened here, which means we're down to, I think, 2 turns. It'll say how many turns we have. And Ferrothorn's just tanking it. He's just gaining HP. The only way we can lose this at this point is if they double up into Ferrothorn, which this turn we're protecting with Gothitelle. So if they attack Gothitelle even once, then he's not going to have a good time. The Venusaur will most likely attack the Ferrothorn, and I'm assuming he's going to try to attack Gothitelle with Regieleki. So we can Leech Seed here. It's going to be a little risky, but the Leech Seed will keep us in the battle longer, and Gothitelle's not going to get hit anyway since we're going to protect. It's kind of scummy. I'm sure the opponent hates this, and he Thunderbolted. That's perfect, because we know Venusaur can't knock out Ferrothorn at the HP he's at. Yeah, perfect. It's kind of scummy because you are just stalling the opponent out, but it's the whole idea of Perish Trap. It's kind of scummy, like Perish Song, but I enjoy it.
I mean,
I don't know.
A win's a win, right?
Yeah, a win's a win. So I guess as long as you're winning, it doesn't really matter. But you see Perish count fell to 1. So what happens here is as long as I have a Pokemon at the end of the turn, because if my Gothitelle dies, that's fine. My Ferrothorn is slower, and Pokemon die to Perish Song in order of speed. So Regieleki will go first, then Venusaur, then Ferrothorn. But if my Gothitelle survives, then that's a Pokemon that is not affected by Perish Song right now anyways. So I'll win that way as well. In that case, we just double Protect here. Even if Gothitelle doesn't hit the Protect, Ferrothorn will hit the Protect and he'll be fine. And Gothitelle hit the Protect anyways. That's crazy, because your chances fall to, like, I think 5% to hit a Protect after another Protect. So that was some really good RNG. And then you'll see this is the end of Perish Song. His 2 Pokemon will go down, and mine will survive. Whew. That was kind of rough. I was really scared of the Regieleki, but it worked out since we Trick Roomed early. See, Perish Song 1, and then 2. And since both of his Pokemon will be gone before my Ferrothorn, or I guess it doesn't matter because I'll still have Gothitelle. And then my Ferrothorn will go, and I defeated the opponent. And this is a real player, so that was a matter of actually, like, thinking through things, and, you know, they're thinking against me, and we're both trying to read the opponent and decide what to do here. And we could check their team afterwards sometimes, which is really nice. So they're running Magnet on their Regieleki. It's Powerful Magnet to boost the power type, or the power of electric type moves. And as you can see, I was saying his speed is 242, but he didn't EV train his Pokemon properly. You see how his special attack isn't maxed out and his HP isn't maxed out, even though those are not the ones you would want to max out. You would want to max out your speed. So this isn't the fastest Regieleki gets, which is crazy. It's scary because he's already pretty fast.
I see.
Thunderbolt, Electro Ball, Extreme Speed, Magnet Rise. It's really smart of him here to run Extreme Speed on him, and then also run the Fire Fang on Regidrago, because it gives him the chance to have coverage on Pokemon that don't have a lot of coverage. And it runs Dragon Fang, boosts the power of Dragon type moves. See, I was thinking he's not running this guy with the signature move. So that was kind of concerning. That's kind of concerning to see. It feels like it ripped away some of my win to me. He's not running the Regieleki with the signature move either here. And he's not running a support Arcanine. This is a really weird team to play against. But it worked out. He's running all shinies. That's cool. I like doing that personally. But yeah, so that's one playthrough, and we can switch battle teams and do another one if you want, or I can. It's up to you. We can see, like, if you want to go into breeding, or I could run a different team, and we could see how a different team would play.
I think for the third video we should talk about breeding, and then we can just continue this down the like we can continue watching and learning and getting into this stuff. Are there any, like, if you comparing this to Smash, like we've kind of done, one of the best ways to learn is to kind of look, like, either watch your past matches or even kind of just break down what happened. Now, you won that match, but do you think there's anything you could have done to that could have made it go any better, or did you execute everything you wanted to exactly as planned?
So I executed pretty much. I think the one thing that won me this game, I'll say, and I know that's not necessarily what you asked, but if I hadn't done it, that would be the one thing I wish I executed differently. That's why I'm approaching it this way. The one thing that won me this is the fact that I went into Trick Room, because I saw his team. His team was a lot of very fast Pokemon, and that was my main concern, was that no matter what, I was going to get outsped. And if I got outsped, in the situation where I sent out Lapras, where he had Regieleki, an electric type, and then Venusaur, a poison grass type, then I was for sure not going to get Perish Song off. And that was my win condition, right? So if I never reached my win condition, I would have no chance at winning. So, the fact that I got to do my Trick Room while Sandaconda was out and got to stall out a couple of turns there is my saving grace in this battle. It's what let Lapras go out and Perish Song and immediately faint, and it made it so Lapras was not useless in this battle. In the opposite case, if I were to have not want to run Trick Room like that, then I would have brought in Goodra. And if we can check Goodra's typing, even then I would have to use Trick Room though, because Goodra is so much slower than Regidrago, and Dragon typing is effective against super effective against Dragon typing. So it would have been concerning. But if we look at Goodra, we have Muddy Water, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Draco, Meteor. We have this this amount of coverage because with Sap Sipper and Assault Vest, I don't remember exactly what Assault Vest does. It said, okay, the offensive vest raises special defense but prevents the use of status moves. That's perfect because we don't run any status moves. I would have brought in Goodra instead of Lapras and still had to run Gothitel's Trick Room. So that's the only thing with this team, is if you can't get Trick Room off, you are at risk sometimes. Because other times it'll be fine. Like, you can like I said, Lapras can survive a Thunder from Gyarados, and Gyarados was the big issue back then. Now we have Regieleki, and I really thought he would Electro Web, which it's his signature move. That would have been concerning, but the opponent didn't run it. And it's a matter of, I think the opponent could have played better in this situation. I think the opponent could have realized, I'm not doubling into Ferrothorn. This is going to be my downfall. I need to double into Ferrothorn, or I need to double into another Pokemon. I didn't attack too much when you saw me play this one. I used Sandaconda to take out a couple of Pokemon in the very beginning, and I used Gothitelle to keep Sandaconda safe and keep Gothitelle safe, making it so that he was down to just 2 Pokemon and I could Perish Song. It's a very different playstyle because I'm not dealing direct damage, but if I were in his shoes, I would have dealt direct damage. I would have gone for doubling up on one Pokemon and then doubling up on the next Pokemon. I would have tried to make sure I could deal damage to singular Pokemons because they would be over. I tried to do it in the beginning, if you noticed, but I ran out of time. I used Gmax Sandblast into not Venusaur, but Regidraco. Yeah, I think he sent out Arcanine. I killed his Arcanine. He sent out Regidraco. Yeah, I was trying to Gmax Sandblast into Regidraco and then use Gothitelle's Foul Play. Foul Play doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it would have dealt enough to get Regidraco off the field there. I just ran out of time on my personal timer.
Got it.
And it chose Fake Out. So that's the one thing. I would have picked Foul Play and doubled up into Regidraco so that I would have gotten to Regieleki and Venusaur sooner.
Got it. All right. Well, this has been episode number 2 of the Beginner's Guide to Competitive Pokemon. Carpet, thank you again for taking the time to do this. It's been very, very informative, and I'm excited to get my feet wet. And I think one of the videos coming up, I'm going to let you coach me as we go through and I battle.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'll be fun. All right. Tell people again where they can find you.
Twitch.tv/carpet, spelled with a K and an underscore, KARP_ET.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.